Ayatollah Khamenei responsible for orchestrating attacks on Australian soil. His passing will not be mourned.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said on Sunday that the passing of Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei will not be mourned. Iranian state media said Khamenei was killed in the early hours of February 28th after the United States and Israel launched the most ambitious attack on Iran in decades. Iran has called the strikes unprovoked and illegal and responded with missiles fired at Israel and at least 7 other countries, including Gulf states that host U.S. bases. Albanese said Australia supported the U.S. strikes against Iran, saying that the regime's nuclear program was a threat to global peace and security.
Australia stands with the brave people of Iran in their struggle against what is an oppressive regime. Ayatollah Khamenei was responsible for the regime's ballistic missile and nuclear program, support for armed proxies, and its brutal acts of violence and intimidation against its own people. This claimed countless lives in Iran, but also internationally. He was responsible for orchestrating attacks on Australian soil. His passing will not be mourned. We support the United States acting to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon and to prevent Iran from continuing to threaten international peace and security. We are concerned about regional escalation and urge the protection of civilians. We have long recognised that Iran's nuclear program is a threat to global peace and security. With international partners, including the United States and the G7, we have called for the Iranian regime to uphold the human rights and fundamental freedoms of Iran's citizens. Sadly, these calls have gone unheeded and action has now been taken. We've also seen at least 2 attacks orchestrated by the IRGC on Australian soil in 2024, including the firebombing of the Adar Synagogue in Melbourne, aimed at creating fear amongst Jewish Australians, but also aimed at dividing our nation. While we aren't directly active in the current military strikes, we have been clear and acted on our utter rejection of the brutal Iranian regime. Well, those are judgments and statements for the United States and for those involved directly in the attack. What I would say is that the threat to international peace and security of the Iranian regime is real. The fact that they orchestrated attacks here in Australia, on the other side of the world, underlines the threat that this regime presented to the rule of law and to international norms of behaviour.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced Saturday that Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed during joint U.S. and Israeli military strikes inside Iran. In a statement, Trump said the operation marked the beginning of what he described as major combat operations, targeting Iran's military and nuclear infrastructure. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also addressed the nation, saying there are growing signs that Khamenei was killed when Israeli forces struck his compound early Saturday.
This morning, Israel and the United States launched a joint operation to remove the existential threat to Israel posed by the Ayatollah regime in Iran. As I told you this morning, this crucial operation will continue as long as necessary, and patience is also required. I thank my friend, President Donald Trump, for his historic leadership. He is a leader who keeps his word. I spoke with him again this morning, and I welcome the close cooperation between us. This cooperation has brought the alliance between Israel and the United States to an all-time high. An alliance for peace and an alliance in war. And this war will lead to peace. A true peace. For 47 years, the Ayatollah regime has called for death to Israel, death to America. It has shed our blood, murdered many Americans, and massacred its own people. Today, everyone already understands. Such a murderous terror regime must not be allowed to arm itself with nuclear weapons that would enable it to threaten our existence and threaten the peace of all humanity. We have gone out to battle in order to fundamentally change this situation, to put an end to the threat. On the second day of the War of Rebirth, I promised you, we will change the face of the Middle East. We did this together as a people, and we are doing it now with even greater determination in Operation Iron Swords. This morning, in a powerful surprise attack, the compound of the tyrant Khamenei was destroyed in the heart of Tehran. For 3.5 decades, this cruel tyrant has sent terror across the world, oppressed his own people, and relentlessly worked on the plan to destroy Israel. That plan is no more, and there are many indications that this tyrant is gone as well. This morning, we eliminated senior officials in the Ayatollah regime, commanders in the Revolutionary Guards, and top figures in the nuclear program. And we will continue. In the coming days, we will strike thousands of targets belonging to the terror regime. We will create the conditions for the brave Iranian people to free themselves from the shackles of tyranny. And so, once again, I turn to you, citizens of Iran. Do not miss this opportunity. This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Do not sit idly by, because soon your moment will come, the moment when you will be called to take to the streets en masse, to go out and finish the job, to bring down the regime of horrors that is making your lives miserable. Your suffering and sacrifice will not be in vain. The help you have been waiting for, that help has arrived. The heart is ready. And now the time has come for you to unite together for this historic mission. Citizens of Iran, the Persians, Kurds, Azeris, Avazis, and Balokis, this is your time to join forces, to overthrow the regime, to secure your future. Dear citizens of Israel, throughout the entire war of resistance, I drew great strength from your steadfastness. You did not fall into the traps of despair and hopelessness. On the contrary, you stood tall, you supported our heroic fighters, you supported the government, and you supported me in leading the struggle for our existence. This is exactly how a people who cherish life behave, a nation of lions. In the coming days as well, we will need together that same steadfastness, that same iron discipline in adhering to the instructions of the Home Front Command. Dear citizens of Israel, there is great symbolism in the fact that today is the 11th of Adar. On this date, 106 years ago, the national hero Yosef Trumpeldor fell in the Battle of Tel Hai. His legacy, his heroism inspire us. At the memorial in his honor, on the summit of Etzba HaGalil, where he fell with the return of his comrades, a statue was erected facing the mountains of the Golan. Many times throughout my life, I have visited there. When I looked at the statue, that is always how I saw you. That is always how I saw us, the people of Israel. With God's help, the roar of our soldiers, our pilots, our citizens is now heard throughout the world. And today, more than ever, the whole world knows the people of Israel live.
Iran has not yet issued full confirmation of Khamenei's death. The strikes represent a significant escalation in tensions between Iran, Israel, and the United States. This is the second time in recent months that U.S. forces have taken direct military action against Iran during ongoing discussions over Tehran's nuclear program. Ayatollah Khamenei had led Iran since 1989 and held ultimate authority over the country's military, judiciary, and nuclear policy. His reported death could create a leadership vacuum within Iran's political and religious establishment. Iran's Revolutionary Guard and senior clerical leadership are expected to play a key role in determining the country's next steps. As the strikes began, President Trump addressed the Iranian public directly in a video message, urging them to seize control of their future.
The United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms, you will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death. Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass. May God bless the brave men and women of America's armed forces. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless you all.